It's the NFL on EA Sports as you get a look inside Gillette Stadium here in Foxborough. A moment ago, the pride of Massachusetts, the Patriots, introduced to this, as always, sold-out crowd as they get set to go head-to-head with Eli Manning and the New York Giants. They played two of the more memorable Super Bowls in recent history. The Giants and Patriots are underway again. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. A great rookie season for Barkley, over 1,300 rushing yards, second in the NFL, 11 rushing touchdowns. Also a big asset in the passing game, 91 catches, most by a rookie in NFL history.
Yeah, second only to Christian McCaffrey in 2018, not counting the rookie status at all. How about 2,028 yards from scrimmage, which led the NFL, 15 total touchdowns. He ended up breaking 94 tackles. A lot of people said he didn't run inside. Oh, he did, and he broke those tackles and made plays downfield. And don't forget this about this guy. Those numbers would normally win Rookie of the Year going away. He'll be in a real battle with Baker Mayfield in Cleveland.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Dante Hightower coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Manning to throw on second down. On the catch, this is Russell Shepard. That one goes for 24 yards. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Zebra.
Now Manning throwing on second down. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Kyle Van Noy coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7. Third and long for the Giants, and Eli following the sack. From the gun, it's Manning. To Barkley on the check down. Oh, he sheds himself free. They needed 15. They got 15. And a good mark to boot. It's first down.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So, second catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So, if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game, too. They go play action here on first down. He dumps it off to Barkley. And some strong running. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. 7 yards on the play, and it'll bring up a second down. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. The confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Giants with the football here as we begin quarter number 2. And they're driving, but they come up on a 3rd and short here.
Regular. Hey. Check. 288. Check. Ducky. Regular. Hey, go 56. 27's to Sam. Hey, go 56. 27's to Sam. Hey.
Throwing now is Madden. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Boy, Brandon, that's what I'd call an ill-advised pass right there on 3rd down. I mean, you just need a yard or 2 to keep the drive going. Instead, he's trying to hit a home run. You've got to really like your chances if you're going to take a shot like that.
So after the INT, it's Brady. And no, incomplete. Boy, they took a shot there on the first play, tried to start it out with a bang, but it's 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
In his own end zone, it's Brady. And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20. 17 yards there for the Patriots as they've got themselves a 1st down.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up a 1st down.
That's what impresses me about him when he's called him. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Now Brady throwing on 2nd down. He's going to air it out deep for home. He rifles one that's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Okay, partner, got to fit in some Super Bowl chatter here. We're going to have New England and the L.A. Rams, 2 teams that had to go on the road and win their respective conference titles.
And think about this. The Patriots, who went to 8 straight AFC championship games, back in the Super Bowl yet again, yet they believe they're the underdogs and feel like the whole world is against them. How did they get to adopt that posture? But it's working for them.
And remember, by the way, the Patriots, their first Super Bowl win was against the Rams back in their St. Louis days.
So a lot has changed for the Rams since then. And the Patriots, consistently the most successful team in the NFL. This is going to be fun.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
If you're the coaching staff upstairs, you might want to file that play away. Did you see how fast the safety closed on that one? Coming up in run support, made a big-time tackle. Might want to try and check into a pass next time.
Yeah, got him for a loss. Really, really great play defensively.
Go 56, 27 to Sam, 27 to Sam. Zebra.
Manning. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jason McCourty. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They begin with Michel on the ground. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. Alec Ogletree in on the stop.
Run. All right, here we go. You built that one. I know you built that one. Check it.
On second down, here's Brady. We've seen a couple of Super Bowls start 2-0. The first score of this game could have very easily been a safety. That was close there.
It was close, and while it didn't happen in this game, it's funny you bring up the Super Bowls, because that would have been, what, Super Bowl 46, Giants-Patriots.
You're testing my memory.
And also Super Bowl 48, which was Broncos-Seattle when the snap went over the head of the QB, and guess what? It was 2-zip Seattle right out of the gate.
And that is incomplete. Strong safety Landon Collins, the one who got a hand in there, knocked it away.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Excellent work on the run back there, 33 yards. And the Giants will begin this drive in good shape, 1st and 10. Giants set to get the football back, and they're coming off a 5-11 season. Now, look, that's an improvement from 2017, but still it's 8-24 the last 2 years. Okay, you talked about earlier their need to get big guys up front to protect the quarterback. You got the number 6 overall pick in this next year's draft. Where are you going?
You would think if you could get someone like a Quentin Nelson who went to the Colts last year, you would want to do that. But there's also a chance they can get their future quarterback with the number 6 pick. So you might have to go in that direction and then come back and get the big guys later in the draft. Sitting in that number 6 spot, they will have a good chance at getting one of the top quarterbacks in this year's draft.
And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley, 29 yards. And the Giants are in for 6.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown. They attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Patriots offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Brady now to throw. He's going to air it out for Dorsett. This is caught inside the 15. And he's able to get this down deep on the Giants' side of the field. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. The Patriots into the red zone for the first time. They've got a 1st and goal from the 10-yard line. Throwing on first down is Brady. This is White on the screen. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the screen there. It's 2nd down. Now the Patriots moving quickly, hustling up to the line. Brady to throw again. Eluding the pressure right. Goes underneath here to White. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And he missed it. It's no good. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Second half. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Brady and the Patriots now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They start the second half with Michel on the ground. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Wait, 20.
Brady to throw on 2nd down. He's going to air it out deep for Hogan. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 47. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll try and get this run game going. This is Barkley. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And thanks to the interception, the Giants offense cashes in with 6. Rosas good with the extra point. And it's now 14-0. Rosas now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, it totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. On 1st down, Brady. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. With that ball hitting the ground, let's take a spin around the league real quick. You know, last week we discussed the head coaching vacancies. There were 8 of them. Well, a lot of those places have already found new coaches, Charles. Some old faces in new places. Bruce Arians in Tampa Bay. Adam Gase staying in the AFC East, jumping from Miami to the Jets. And how about some of the new fellas?
Yeah, how about Cliff Kingsbury? He went to USC to be the offensive coordinator after losing his job at Texas Tech. Ends up being the head coach of the Arizona Cardinals. Freddie Kitchens gets the job in Cleveland, gets the promotion. Vic Fangio finally getting his shot to be a head coach. He's going to Denver. And Matt LaFleur, he's going to work with Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay.
That leaves us with 2 remaining spots. And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. Philip Dorsett, 39 yards. And the Patriots are back within a score. Extra point good by Gostkowski. And that'll make our score 14-7. Gostkowski now out to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Again, it's Barkley. Room to run past midfield. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley, 61 yards. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now, no question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. On the return, here's a dangerous Cordero Patterson. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Now the Patriot offense set to take over again. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A good pickup there, a 22.
I'm guessing, partner, that if we're in the huddle with the Patriots right now, there's not a single guy that thinks they have any chance of coming back in this one, especially not with Tom Brady.
Yeah, who's Tom Brady? What's he done in the past as far as comebacks are concerned? They're down right now, but that can evaporate quickly with him in the huddle. He completes it right side to right. And he's got this down to the 35. The Patriot passing game is rolling. They've got another first down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware, ball may come your way.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And a big turnover. This is the NFL on EA Sports as we welcome you to MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford, New Jersey. This crowd a few minutes ago stirred into action at the side of their men in blue emerging from the MetLife tunnels. We're set to go as the Giants get ready to match up with the Los Angeles Rams. Greg Zuerlein now. He'll handle the honors to get us started. And we are underway from MetLife Stadium. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. Now a play fake here on first down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Give him 8 on the play, and that'll make it second down. Manning now to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. Now he's going to let it go deep right sideline. And they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's third.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. He gets away from one. And some space here. He's got daylight. The 20. Touchdown, Giants. Saquon Barkley, 66 yards. And the Giants are going to take a first-quarter lead. You talk about explosion plays. There's one pretty much right out of the gate.
And now they get to ride a wave of emotion, momentum, everything. Just as you described, right out of the gate. Big sprint, touchdown. They're excited. But on the other side, they've got to guard against a major letdown because they hit them right in the gut with that one. And now you start to question yourself a little bit when you give up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Goff will lead the Rams up here, 1st and 10 at their own 23. From the gun, here's Goff. Looking this time for Woods, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And he will bring it back. It's a pick-6 and a Giants touchdown. We thought this defense would be opportunistic, and they were. Here, you're already up. Now you got a 2-touchdown lead. I tell you, going out there on defense, did they have a little bit of extra momentum with a score already on the board?
Oh, without a doubt. That already felt good to them. They took it and used it and obviously put up another one. But here's the thing now. Some defense coordinators might want to pull their guys back a little bit because they don't want them to make mistakes because they're too overamped. Others say, I've got a 2-touchdown lead. Go get them, guys. They'll be even more aggressive.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very...
Todd Gurley, wave goodbye. 20. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Todd Gurley, 71 yards. And the Rams strike quickly here for 6 points. So the call's made by Sean McVay. They're going to go for 2.
Hey, lift! Lift!
They'll try and run it with Gurley. And he is into the end zone again. So get him some oxygen. He scores on the long run and then punches in the 2-point conversion for good measure. Zerline out now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Give him 30 yards there.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
On play action, it's Manning. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
I'm laughing to myself because I could just hear in film session. But, Coach, I was throwing it to Odell Beckham Jr. Of course I thought he was open.
They'd love to go deep downfield to him, though. Such a threat.
Yeah, a rare incompletion because most of the time we expect him to actually come up with the catch.
It's caught. Shepard. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. Into the red zone now. Manning. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Giants add on to their lead. PAT up and good by Rosas. And that makes it 21-8. Rosas now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball, but not them just taking it big-time jaunt. Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open. You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Throwing on 3rd. Gone. He's going to let this one go deep. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, LA. Brandon Cooks, 71 yards. And the Rams have got this back to a one-score game. Now Goff will lead the Rams up to go for two. They'll try and run it with Gurley. And he will get into the end zone. So that shaves two more off the deficit as they now trail by 5. Zerline out now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. And now out come the Giants. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Manning and the Giants come up now 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to...
On 2nd down, here's Manning. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4. Gurley, of course, was right in the mix for a rushing title, but missed the final couple weeks of the year and ended up finishing 3rd with 1,251 yards, but did have a league-high 17 rushing touchdowns.
Yeah, the first since Sean Alexander in 2003, 2004 to lead the NFL in total touchdowns 2 years running. How about 2 years in a row he doesn't get a chance to win a rushing title? This year because of injury, the year before because they rested him in the last game. And the first year he said, it doesn't matter much. This year he admitted he really wants to win one of those rushing titles.
And you know one surprising nugget is that he's the only guy to rush for 1,000 yards in each of the last 2 seasons. Now Goff. And he comes back with one complete. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. First target, first catch, and a first down.
Go. We're good. We're good.
On first down, it's Gurley. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking.
And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Brandon Cooks. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Rams are in for 6. So the call's made by Sean McVay. They're going to go for 2. They're going to run it with Anderson. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. The 3rd time wasn't a charm. They got the first 2 two-point tries. Still have the lead, but couldn't get the 3rd.
Okay, so they didn't get this one, but I have to ask you, what matchup are they seeing that they feel that confident to go for 2 so often?
Yeah, and we talk about this a lot, but it has to be something, you're right, that they saw all week, correct?
Definitely game plan for. Felt good about being aggressive and going for it. And right up until that one, they had gotten 2 for 2.
Manning and the Giants come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They begin with a run by Barkley. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. It didn't happen on that play.
And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation.
Zebra. Set. Blue 88. Zebra.
Shotgun now for Manning. And the 3rd down pass falls incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant the flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is make sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
17.
Out of the gun. Gone. Forced out to his left. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. Back deep, it's Odell Beckham. Taken in at the 22. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. Good starting field position for the New York Giants here as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing is Manning. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll make it 2nd down.
Regular.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Here's Manning to throw. That's going to be caught. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A very solid gain of 27.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. And they'll turn to a power game to try to get in. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. It's the fullback taking it in. And the Giants are in for 6.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Already looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
Rosas True Blue on the extra point, and that'll make this a 6-point game. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And an alley to run.
All right, let's give credit where credit is due. How about that return? Great blocking, great vision, all the way down to the 2-yard line. The only person who has to be upset, the guy who didn't get it into the end zone. That far and no reward?
So the call's made by Sean McVay. They're going to go for 2.
We're good. Check three. Starting left here.
They'll try and run it with Gurley. And he is not going to get to the goal line. The defense keeps him out of the end zone, and as a result, that's going to keep this game tied. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. A first down carry for Barkley. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half.
Go 56, 27.
They fake the handoff. Now Manning rolling to his right. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may force them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
And he'll find his target, Woods. It's complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
11.
Now a first down throw. Gone. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout called. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. And Zerline's kick is good. That's it for... And just like that, on we head to half number 2. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. Rosas now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. So now here are the Rams as their offense comes back out. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. He's letting it fly for Cooks. He's got it at the 15. And he's able to get this down deep on the Giants side of the field. Goff finding Cooks on a big play. 51 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Goff turns and gives to Gurley. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up.
And he held on to it too long. A coverage sack. Down he goes.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, doesn't it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long. Back to throw, Goff. He gets it to Gurley, complete. It'll be a pickup of 16, but they'll remain short of the marker, and it's 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent game. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker.
Starting left here.
They'll try and run for it with Brown. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Zebra.
Here's a give to Barkley. And he'll go down for a loss inside his own 5 at the 4. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. To throw, it's Manning. Buying time to his left. And I think the ball's out. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Steps away to his left. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. A big 30-yard play on 3rd. Now the big play pushes him all the way out to the 40 now for 1st down.
Zebra.
They go play action here on 1st down. And some room to maneuver. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
Well, that's the Kickstarter right there. Eli Manning finding his guy, Odell Beckham Jr.
Yeah, it's a deadly combination, isn't it?
It really is, but what really makes it work is just how unflappable Eli is with his demeanor, able to maintain his calm and his poise. Because we know OBJ, he can run pretty hot and get excited out there.
Sometimes just one-handed grabs for him.
It doesn't matter what it is. Just throw it up there. He'll go get it.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. 2nd and 10 now from the 27.
Go 56. 27 to Sam. 27 to Sam.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Manning. Stepping up. He'll try and run. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. Throwing now is Manning. Dancing to his left. And now the ball comes out. Manning lost it. And now the Rams have got it. Going the other way. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football.
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. A play fake to Gurley. Now gone. Looking left side. It's complete. He's got it. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A nice pick up there. 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They go play action with Gurley. Now gone. He's going to air it out deep for Woods. This is caught inside the 15. And he's able to get this down deep on the Giants' side of the field. And we continue to see another example here of offenses just going for it.
And this game has really turned into a receiver's dream and a defender's nightmare because no one's being stopped throwing the ball downfield, and points are going on the board.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Again, they run with Gurley. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Merlin!
3rd and 2, Goff. Now he's flushed out left. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Olivier Vernon. And now defensively they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. A 33-yarder from the left hash. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Manning and the Giants come up now 1st and 10 at their own 23. Now Manning. He dumps it off to Barkley. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
It's a gain of 8, and it's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. Now Manning throwing on 2nd down. On the catch, this is Russell Shepard. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. Manning now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Back to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up. They'll look to throw. To Barkley on the check down. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up 4th down. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Set. Blue 80.
26 Mike. 26 Mike. Go. Go.
Blue 88. Set.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped, but I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
After the penalty, they go with Barkley. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And a nice carry there of 15 yards. Very much in range for a tying field goal as they hurry to the line. They keep it with Barkley on 1st down. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. They'll run it now out of the gun. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive, take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. And now here comes their final timeout, as they take it with 8 ticks remaining. So a big one coming now for Aldrick Rosas. This to potentially send us to overtime. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds. And now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
And solid field position here to start as they get it out to the 40-yard line.
In a tie game, both sides are looking for something to give them an advantage. It often falls back on special teams, and that return, that could be the spark to untie the game.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10.
2 up. Hey, 5.
Now it's gone. A deep ball for Gurley. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Snags it for the pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Zebra, zebra, zebra. Hey, gun, 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 gun. Go away, set. Go away, set.
Manning again here on 2nd and 10. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. He has a first down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say, it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
That one good for 10 yards, and it'll be 2nd and very short.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Watch the run. Slam, slam.
Regular, regular.
They'll go to Barkley again. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley, and another 1st and 10 here.
Tight right. Hey, boys, got 4 down.
6 yards.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. In overtime, you have to be smarter than that.
A personal foul just can't happen. Have to have poise.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. Now Saquon Barkley, and he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys, poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to. And this will be caught. Touchdown. They needed overtime to get it done, but put this one in the win column. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters what you wanted, but how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Giants are winners as we say so long from MetLife Stadium. EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the architectural wonder that is the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. A moment ago, here was the scene. The Falcons coming out from their tunnel to the roar of all the folks here in Atlanta. We're ready for football as these Falcons get set to match up with Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Here's Bosher to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now Roethlisberger on first down. And yes, complete to the tight end McDonald. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. That throw good for 4. It's second down. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. On second down, Roethlisberger. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And a nice gain of 21 yards. You know, when I see passes like that, I'm reminded of something you and I talked about yesterday. Big Ben was a wide receiver the first 3 years of high school, sitting behind the coach's son. And then he finally got that opportunity. I think he's made the most of it.
It's always the coach's son, isn't it? But you know where it helps him? When he looks downfield, he knows what the receivers are going to do. He actually has wide receivers' eyes when he's throwing the ball.
Here's Roethlisberger. Throw left side is complete to Rodgers. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
4 down.
Now a play fake here on first down. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
And the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Connor, of course, missed the final month of the season with that ankle injury, and too bad because before that he was well on his way to a 1,000-yard season, but he finished with 973.
And he was definitely more than adequate in place of Le'Veon Bell because he caught the ball out of the backfield, too. 55 catches, 13 total touchdowns. James Conner showed in preseason that he could play and carried it throughout the regular season as well.
Now a carry for the former Michigan State man, Le'Veon Bell. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
So a nice drive on the road. You come in, you take the ball down, you get 3 points.
Yeah, points are a must on an opening drive, right? So they moved it down efficiently, got it done. I think that bodes well for their chances moving forward in this one.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Back 25, 22. We go. Get out of here.
The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And he's got room. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive, 17 yards and a first down.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run-blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
Right there. 54. Right there. Right there. 54.
Now Ryan on first down. Connects with Sanu right side. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in possession to begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Hey, wait. Ready. Back 25. Ready, set.
On first down, Ryan. He's going to air one out. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And now they are knocking on the door inside Pittsburgh's 10. That opening drive rhythm continues right into play number 3.
Whatever they decided that they wanted to run before the game, it's working pretty well for them right now. Moving the ball downfield at a nice rate. And guess what? I think the chain crew might have to get a little oxygen over there. They have to keep moving downfield with first downs on each play.
You got 3 down.
Ready, Blue 80. Blue 80. Gun. Ready, go.
Now it's Ryan. And that'll be hauled in by the tight end. It's Hooper for the Falcon touchdown. Austin Hooper, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Falcons are in for 6. Bryant's extra point up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Here's Bosher to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Got a second here to assess Pittsburgh's last season as their offense comes onto the field. You know, for most of the folks that are fans of the Steel City, they're probably saying, wow, this was tough. But, hey, they were 9-6-1. The thing is, expectations there are playoffs every year.
You're right, and to show that, they haven't been under 500 since 2003. It's a very consistent franchise. But remember how the season began. Le'Veon Bell once again holding out. They expected him to show up and play. That didn't happen. Then at the end of the year, Antonio Brown, Ben Roethlisberger. What's going to happen there? So they bookended their season with controversies. In the middle, did not play up to their standards. I still thought they were going to win the AFC North. Turned out Baltimore nosed them out. They got to do some retooling in the offseason.
Here's Roethlisberger to throw. Solid coverage on the play by Devondre Campbell.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Gotta go. Kings. One day. Kings.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Roethlisberger hooking up with Brown to get the Steelers a first. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him. even if he has an elite defender on him, because he...
The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by DeMonte Casey. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
This is the NFL on EA Sports as we welcome you to MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford, New Jersey. This is the scene just before we came on air. This New York crowd fired up by the arrival of their G-men as they burst from the locker room. They're ready to go as the Giants get set to match up with the Atlanta Falcons. The veteran Matt Bryant set to rock and roll. And off we go from MetLife Stadium. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Manning now on first down. Flush to his right. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Used to have a coach used to tell us all the time, those scouting reports aren't just to use up paper, guys. Well, nowadays, you know, we're watching a computer screen, right? They scouted this team very well. Know that they like to use the running backs in the passing game? They covered that play successfully.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Watch that in, tight end's right.
Manning will try again on 2nd down. And it's incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive.
Zebra, zebra.
Working from the gun, Manning. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. And with the play clock at 3, we'll get a signal and a timeout on the whistle. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Tackle made that time by Dalvin Tomlinson.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Down, Freeman. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Single, slot. Hey, you're on an island over there. You're on an island. Check your hot read.
Hey, gun. 21. Look out.
Now they'll throw it with Ryan. And he's got his star receiver. It's Jones for the Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones from 17 yards out. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. And now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the Giants ready to come out now. Manning and the Giants come up now 1st and 10 at their own 23.
45 to Mike.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. He got 29 yards that time. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Now Manning. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. He got 29 yards that time. First trip to the red zone for the Giants. 1st and 10 at the 19. Into the red zone now. Manning. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 13. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. As an inside linebacker, got to be a little bit more poised.
No doubt about it, because they get a little bit of flexibility, especially when they're trying to stuff a gap. You know, we get that double A gap look. This time he got too eager and got too deep into the backfield.
A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5.
280, back 25. Gun.
Here's Ryan to throw. Drops it off for Coleman. And they'll get him down here at the 23. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
Gun. Ready, 280, like 25.
Now it's Ryan. This one complete to Mohamed Sanu. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final time. EA Sports coverage of the NFL is in Houston, in the Space City at NRG Stadium. They do it big here in Houston, and a second ago it was a Texas-sized welcome for their hometown guys. They're fired up and ready to go as they get set to match up with the Kansas City Chiefs. Here's the former UCLA Bruin, Kaimi Fairbairn, to get this one started. And we are underway here on EA Sports. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Ace! Ace! Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver. Ace! Ace!
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 75 yards. And the Chiefs are going to take a first-quarter lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. Butker now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 26.
Target!
A shotgun snap for Watson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him, and he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Justin Houston in there to sack him for a loss of 6. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Now a first carry for Lamar Miller. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. 3rd and long. It's Watson. And this is going to be incomplete.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Back near his goal line. Here's Mahomes. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, you've got a receiver here who's got 1 touchdown already in this first quarter, and they were trying to double his pleasure there, wanting to continue to go to the guys already gotten into the end zone. But good coverage to make sure that this time it fell incomplete.
Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. And not his best effort there, as this one's going to be spotted down just outside of the 40-yard line. Well, the Houston Texans, as they come onto the field, obviously their offseason hit a little earlier than they wanted in January, making it to the playoffs, losing to Indianapolis. It was the first time that two AFC South teams had actually met in the playoffs when they squared off with the Colts.
And think about how the two of them began the year. Houston began 0-3. The Colts began 1-5. Yet they both finished so hot. The Colts down the stretch, 9-1 in their last 10. Houston 8-2. And end up meeting in the playoffs, and both of them ended up winning on the other team's home field. The Colts did it twice. Houston did it once.
But as you said several times, hard for Houston to be completely disappointed with the ending. They have a lot to build on for next year.
Reset. Tiger.
Play action for Miller. Now Watson. His throw incomplete. And the great veteran Eric Berry back to knock that one away.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Tiger.
Out of the gun, Watson. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. So plenty of leg, but it's the accuracy there that lets him down.
Yeah, he hit it really well. I think this might have been good from 55, but you'll see it just conk off that upright, and they're denied a chance at 3 points.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Now here's Mahomes. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the... And that's caught inside the 35. And he makes it all the way down to the 19. A big play there, Mahomes to Watkins, 45 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. And this is going to be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. On 2nd down, here's Miller. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to. But they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Watson hands this to Foreman. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2.
Alert. Reset.
They will indeed snap it to Watson. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he's got this down to the 35. A big pickup of 12 yards on 4th down to keep this drive from stalling.
But it all came together on that one, didn't it?
Big-time throw on 4th.
Now that had to feel good, didn't it? Taking that type of a gamble there, making it pay off. What a throw.
And tough as a receiver because no matter how perfect the pass, you know it's 4th down and you got to convert.
A little bit of extra pressure, but he overcame it.
Allen Bailey in on the stop.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it. So those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Miller, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Being chased at that, he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. So 1:55 to go in the first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout. They converted once earlier in this drive, but they'll roll the dice here again on 4th down.
Tiger, Tiger, Tiger. Come back, come back. Tiger, Tiger, Tiger.
From the gun, here's Watson. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Defensively, a bit of a collapse, allowing the 4th down play to result in 23 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Richmond.
A 1st down carry now for Miller. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Two runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10.
Come back. Mike, 53, Mike. Come back.
Watson now on 3rd down. And incomplete here on 3rd down.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
The kick by Fairbairn is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get 3.
You sound like you're going negative on me,
I was.
Sounds like you're thinking the 3's just not that good.
And people say that we're negative sometimes. So,
well, here's the deal. Getting the 3 is good. Obviously, you would think on a 14-play drive you're going to get 6 out of it. But that type of a drive can pay dividends later on because you might wear the defense down.
Black 58 rail. Black 58 rail. Hey. 4 down.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And Hill with it over the middle. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
4 down, check, 4 down. Sponge, no.
On 1st down, Mahomes finding some room at midfield. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And all the way down to the 41-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Mahomes now on first down. And his throw is incomplete. The Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu, there defensively to make the play.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Come back, come back. Watch that end, tight end's right. Tight end's right. Down. Black 22. Black 22.
After the interception, here's Watson. Forced out to his left. Now he's going to throw deep back over the middle. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Watch that end. Hey, red. Black 22. Black 22.
Throwing again is Watson. Buying time to his left. Incomplete. And we're down to 8 seconds now. The Texans on third down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun. Watson going for the deep ball. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. The Texans send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And from their own end zone, it's a fake. And he's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. 3rd quarter, here we go. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. And here comes the Texans now. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. The Texans on 3rd down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Check 99.
10th carry now for Lamar Miller. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. They are going for it. Here's Watson. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Justin Houston. In there to get him for his 2nd sack of the night. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Jadeveon Clowney there on the stop.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for second down. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down. Mahomes now to throw. He'll buy some time right. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be fourth down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
They'll run with Foreman. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
Richmond.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Black 99 Philly.
Check 3.
Watson now to throw. Throw right side into the hands of Akins. And a loose football. And I think the Chiefs have it. They do. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no...
Williams loses the football, and the Texans say they have it. They do. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
A run by Foreman to start the drive. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one 28 yards on the ground.
Every team in the league always wants explosive plays, breakout plays, and even more so when it's your horse who's had a tough time during the game.
Yeah, not that great in the first half. Maybe he can recalibrate here in the third and then carry that over to the fourth.
I like that. Recalibrate. Strong.
On first down, it's Watson. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Hopkins. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 44-yard line. Now Watson operating from the gun. Steps away to his left. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Tiger.
Watson going to throw again. Dancing to his left. That complete to Lamar Miller. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
Down. Black 22. Black 22.
Watson on 1st down. And an alley to run. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
3 down.
Watson now going to run the option right. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd, Watson. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Demaryius Thomas, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Flushed out right. And going deep for Hill. Wide open, complete. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. Mahomes finding Hill for a big play. 46 yards. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Ware takes the give from Mahomes. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning.
Here we go. Green.
They stay on the ground this time. It's Williams. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. They'll run it with Williams. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Davian Williams taking it in. And the Chiefs have broken our tie as they take the lead. Important extra point up and through, and that makes it a 17-10 score. Butker now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a heck of a return as he goes out of bounds across the 50 inside the 45.
And when you're facing a deficit on the scoreboard, you're just looking for something to get you right back into the game, and that's the spark that they were looking for. They got it with that big return.
Watson going to give this one to Miller. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Yeah, baby. Yeah. Down. Blue 80. Blue 80.
They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, third down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on fourth down. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A little antsy on the left side of the line.
Yeah, I think they got the guy in the end. I think they got the DN there on that one. And let's face it, he is so amped up, wanting to get a good get off on the snap, jump too quickly.
Desperation time. Watson on fourth down. Now a desperation throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the free safety. Oh, no, he lost the football.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. He'll look to throw. Underneath for Miller. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be second and about a yard to go for the first. He's back to throw. Open space inside the 10, and he will find a man here as Thomas comes open. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a first and goal. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on first and goal. They'll try and run for it with Miller. And yes, he's into the end zone, so they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute. So getting the big touchdown they needed late in the fourth, now what do? You conservative and just tie it up?
No, I think you put your practice into game situation. Go as fast as possible. You already have your play call ready to go. Go for 2 and decide it right now.
And it is caught. They got the 2 points, and with it, they've taken the lead. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And now here comes Kansas City. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you've got a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. Back to throw. Escaping the pressure right. It got his man complete. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Mahomes to throw. And this is caught at the 8. And they're going to get the timeout called. What a finish. We're down to 4 seconds to go in this football game. Everything right now resting on the right foot of Harrison Butker. He's hit on his one earlier attempt tonight, but this a little more pressure-packed for the win. And his kick is indeed good. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. And you know, in an era of cost-cutting and maximizing your roster, this is a club that does not skimp on special teams, and in these situations, it pays dividends.
And that's great vision by the organization. When the difference between winning or losing depends on who you have kicking the ball, would you rather have a street free agent out there or a solid pro like this? Answer's pretty evident to me.
Well, this one, partner, was fun down to the very end. They got the points late, right before the whistle. Then the ensuing kickoff. They were hoping for magic on the other side, but couldn't get that spark.
Fun if you won, and fun for us, because we got to watch it and call it. That magic that you were talking about didn't occur at the end, but what a game all the way through.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. From Houston, good night, everybody. EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the architectural wonder that is the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. We thought the old place was loud. Somehow this place got even louder a short time ago as the Falcons were introduced to this sellout crowd. We're set to go as the Falcons get ready to match up with Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Brees now on first down. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll make it a second down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a Turkey Bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
Ready? Over.
Now Brees throwing on second down. Finds his man, Watson, over the middle. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That goes for a gain of 31. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. On first down, Brees. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down.
Well, there's times when you see these catches that are made, and we just know the guys playing it are really wishing for college rules. Only need that one foot down instead of 2. It's awfully difficult on the sideline, isn't it?
Eluding the pressure right. He's going to let this go deep. Back. Got a man open. It's Thomas. It's a touchdown for New Orleans. Michael Thomas, 40 yards. And the Saints have taken the early lead. A diving catch for the score. He laid out. That was special.
And you know the first thing they're going to check, right? Did he complete the process of the catch? All the way through, all the way to the ground. Ball doesn't hit the ground without control in his hands. All of that, yes. Check the box, touchdown.
And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. A first carry for the tailback, Devontae Freeman. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Call it a gain of 3. And they're going to face a 3rd down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
It's caught. Jones. And he'll be down deep into New Orleans territory. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. A first chance in the red zone for the Falcons now. They've got it 1st and goal at the 6. Throwing again, Ryan. Toward the pylon, caught. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Devontae Freeman, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the football game. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Saints coming out now to take the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Hey, left, 28 left. Got it. Hey, watch it.
On second down, here's Breeze. Flush to his right. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish.
Got it. Under. Hey, easy.
Now Breeze on third down. A loss of 8 on the play, and it brings up 4th. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. Taking it about the 16. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. For the Falcons, Charles, we've talked all year about the injuries that they had in 2018, and you kind of touched on it earlier, too. It's hard to get around them, though, when you look back at this past year. So they go to 7-9, and I know that that's not what they wanted, but with all the injuries, is that okay?
It would be if you didn't think you were going to the Super Bowl. You know, if you didn't think you had a chance at that, and they did going into the season. But when you lose your starting safeties in Ricardo Allen and Keanu Neal, your middle linebacker, Deion Jones, for a long stretch of time, you end up starting 1-4. Then in the second half of the season, you have a 5-game losing streak.
Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook. Go play action. Toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And taking it across midfield. And inside the 45. Ryan in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. From the gun, it's Ryan. Throw right side, caught by Ridley. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. A gain of 6 there on first. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
On the counter, Devontae Freeman. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Freeman again, a first down carry. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
2 minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout.
21.
And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Hey, express. Ready.
On 2nd down, here's Ryan. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Ryan in the offense with a 1st and 10, and he's completed all 7 of his passes thus far. They'll run here with Freeman, and able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. A good run of 6 yards there gets him closer to the goal line with 2nd down coming up.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Come on. Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
Yeah, the Saints signal for another This is the NFL on EA Sports as we welcome you to MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford, New Jersey. This crowd a few minutes ago stirred into action at the side of their men in blue emerging from the MetLife tunnels. We're set to go as the Giants get ready to match up with the Baltimore Ravens. Two teams that met in Super Bowl 35 down in Tampa. The Ravens and Giants are underway. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Manning now on first down. He dumps it off to Barkley. And gets by him, and now a little daylight. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive.
Check the set. Blue 80.
The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight right. Now set. Blue 80. Zebra.
Now Manning throwing on second down. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. 23 yards on the play.
One of the selling points of the corner route is usually the receiver is able to move away from the defender. But in this case, he didn't get that far away.
Manning now on first down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tuck roll that they can fall back on anymore.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. On play action. Now Manning to Barkley on the check down. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a third down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
So third down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. They'll run it now out of the gun. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up fourth down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
All right, now, look at 56. Look at...
They go play action here on first down. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And they didn't wait long to take a shot there, that's for sure. But it falls incomplete. And it's second down. Trying to get it to Willie Snead there. And that'll bring up second down. Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now it's Jackson. Flushed out right. He gets this one to Michael Crabtree. That's good for a Raven first down. 15 yards there.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Here's Jackson to throw. He'll leave it for Montgomery, complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 43. From the gun, it's Jackson. Being chased out left. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38, and they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
So after the INT, it's Manning. Forced out to his left. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Play action. Manning. And it's a short one here. Complete to the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Giants with a football.
Let's go, let's go!
Now a play fake here on first down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Back-to-back 11-yard gains, and they've got another first down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
On first down, Manning. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
It appears they found something that's working, and they keep going back to it. I guess you can actually say he has the hot hands now, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's one thing to hit your guy out of the backfield once, hit him a couple times. Yeah, you're right. Maybe they're onto something.
And I think a lot of that is simply if you get it to him in space, more times than not, he's going to get more yardage than you expect out of each play.
8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
Regular.
Manning. On the move to his left. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, Coach Ford would have loved that play.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
Regular.
They get it to him running left. And he's going to battle his way down right around the 2-yard line. 7 big yards on the carry there to get him within range of the goal line with 3rd down upcoming. And Manning keeps it himself. And he takes it into the end zone for a giant TD. Eli Manning keeping it himself on the quarterback sneak. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. Rosas good with the extra point. And the lead grows to 10-0. Rosas now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. For Baltimore, Charles, if you look back to this season, it was pretty interesting. They start 4-5. You think John Harbaugh may not be there. He's on thin ice. Joe Flacco's at quarterback. But then Lamar Jackson comes in, and everything changed. Their whole offense changed.
It certainly did because of the infusion of speed at the quarterback position. And throws the ball a little bit better from the pocket than maybe he got credit for. Has to get better at that. But
he's got a man complete. Evades the tackler and now some space. And he's able to get this down deep on the Giants side of the field. Line of scrimmage moves from their own 25 all the way to the red zone now for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, here's Jackson on 1st down. And his throw here's incomplete. Michael Crabtree, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter. A lot of time to change things. Caught right side at Snead. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a 1st down with a nice throw.
They'll give it to him up the middle. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Play action. Now Jackson.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Crabtree the target on that one. 3rd down here.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
It's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a 1st down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
So they do get the 3 points before they hit halftime, something to build on maybe.
Yeah, go ahead and raise the banner, right? Wave the flag. That's good. Got points, and now, as you said, they got something to build on as they get ready for the 2nd half.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out. When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. On second down, here's Manning. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
Zebra.
On 1st and 10, here's Manning. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. So second in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker.
Zebra.
From midfield, here's Manning. And that'll be incomplete. Well, not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. Only a pickup of 2, but that's all they needed for the first. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter.
4 down.
Throwing on first down is Manning. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
Manning again here on 2nd and 10. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, the great coach has said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush won, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
The Giants on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. To throw is Manning. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And now before they run this play on 4th and 1, we're going to get a break and a timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one, as it's good from 56 yards out. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Jackson, eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw it back deep. It's caught inside the 25. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter. Second half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he is finally out of bounds, but not before taking it down inside the 30.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
A right side catch by Crabtree. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And they'll get him down right about the 20. He needed 2. He got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. Well, a reminder to everyone out there, coming up soon, the NFL Club Championship event. Now, there are a handful of those club events that haven't been determined yet, but eventually there will be a representative from each of the 32 NFL teams. It's about $700,000 worth of prize money, and it's all going to take place live on Twitch every day at 3 Eastern, noon Pacific, starting January 30th and running through February 2nd. Don't miss it. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Well, usually you don't think of the cornerback coming in for a no-gain play, but that's what we had there. Nice tackle.
And how about the range, too? Coming from the outside part of the play, moving his way into the inside and making that play happen. No gain for the offense, big play for the defense.
That one goes for 24 yards.
Well, as this game continues to evolve in the NFL, you know how much coaches love run after catch, but you know what they love even more? Completion.
Yeah, just holding on to the ball.
Catch it, cover it, tuck it away. Whatever you get after that is almost gravy. That's how a lot of these receivers are being taught now.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
41's coming. Hey, go 56. 27's the same.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Hey, go 56. 27's the same.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. Even with the good footwork, he'll be stopped just inside the 35. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, in on the stop.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The Giants on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
4 down.
They'll run it again with Barkley. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Shifts free at the 15. And he'll take this down for about 4 yards down to the 15.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Welcome back now here in East Rutherford. They'll run it now out of the gun. Fights loose. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Here's Barkley. And he is in. Touchdown. The NFL on EA Sports is in the great state of Tennessee at Nissan Stadium here in Nashville. The whole of downtown Nashville likely still reverberating with the sounds of the Titans taking the field a moment ago. They're ready for football as their Titans are set to match up with the Minnesota Vikings. Dan Bailey now to put the ball in the air, and off we go from Nashville. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. Well, Derrick Henry, he wound up finishing 7th in the league in rushing, 1,059 yards. But, gosh, he got nearly a quarter of those in Week 14.
Yeah, it took a while for him to get going this year and the Titans to get going utilizing him because he was averaging less than 40 yards a game until Week 14.
And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Daniil Hunter able to drop him for a loss of 4. Mariota will need a big play after the sack as the Titans come up 3rd and long. Working out of the gun, Mariota. And the pressure gets to him again. On 4th down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. Marcus Sherrill's back deep for Minnesota. Taken from just outside the 30. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at the 45. 1st down. Here's Cousins. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. He got 29 yards that time. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 27. Now a first carry for Latavius Murray. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
Now a 2nd down run for Murray. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. At 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue. Couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. They'll try to throw now. Cousins. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watched that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
All right, you know a coach said that, right? Yeah. Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
And he will have the 1st down before he's brought down at the 3. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal. Now they'll run. Murray And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Latavius Murray, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings have taken a first-quarter lead. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And it's now a 7-0 game. Bailey now to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. Charles, big picture for the Titans. That's 3 straight years now at 9-7. And, of course, this past year had the Colts on their home turf with a chance to get into the playoffs. Could not get it done. So a little bit of disappointment going into the offseason.
Certainly. They were number 8 overall on defense. They played better than expectations there. But the offense really struggled, especially in the passing game. Just number 27 in passing in the NFL. They've got to get Marcus Mariota healthy. They've got to get him throwing the football downfield and connecting. And they need to get Derrick Henry going faster in the running game. He came on late, but the early part of the season, not up to par.
Well, they had to run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. With the former Volunteer Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Titans with the football here to begin. Mariota now on 2nd down. Buying time to his left. Space to maneuver at the 40. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Mariota had an 87-yard run as a rookie. This one a bit less, but it is a first down. A first down throw for Mariota. Going underneath for Lewis. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit. But get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. On 2nd down, Mariota again. Oh, going deep here for Taylor. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Titans. A big play there. 43 yards. And the Titans are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point put through by Succop. And we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. For the Minnesota Vikings, earlier you and I were breaking down Kirk Cousins' season and the disappointment there, but they go from 13-3 to 8-7-1, and this was a team that many thought off that 13-3 season were Super Bowl contenders. What happened?
I think they struggled with Kirk Cousins meshing in as their new starting quarterback. Their offensive line had its share of troubles up front. Couldn't keep Dalvin Cook healthy as their lead runner. But the defense, even though the numbers were good at the end of the year, they struggled throughout as well. They had some games where they gave up some big plays. Remember the Rams game earlier in the season? The Packers game that was a tie, I think the second game of the year. So all in all, they could just never get that consistency and cohesiveness that they had in 2018. But it's a team that's not very far away. They can bounce right back into the playoffs in this upcoming year.
On 2nd down, Cook. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Rashaan Evans out of Alabama had the tackle defensively. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
All right, now here we go, oh. Two. We're going, let's go. Bird.
On third down, Cousins lets it fly for Thielen. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a fourth down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Cousins in the offense is going to stay out there. They're going to try on fourth down. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Benny Logan. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. Game clock at 2:01. Time for one final play before the 2-minute warning. They go play action here on first down. He dumps it off for Henry. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. So a minute 56 to play in this first half. Back to Tennessee after this. Second and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards.
One.
From the gun, Mariota. It's caught by Davis. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That one goes for 29 yards on third down. From the red zone now, Mariota stepping up. He's going to keep it. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. 10 more there and another first down.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. Trying to punch it in with Henry. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Derrick Henry taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Titans are able to strike for 6. Extra point try now for Succop. Extra point up and good by Succop. And that makes the score 14-7. Now here's Succop out to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the Vikings now heading onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team. Right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you've got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. And that often runs you into a penalty.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. And that'll set them back 5. Yeah, the Titans going to signal for a timeout defensively, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. The NFL on EA Sports is in the great state of Tennessee at Nissan Stadium here in Nashville. This crowd here fired up for football as a moment ago their Titans were introduced. This should be a good one as the Titans get set to match up with Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Keep it rolling, keep it rolling.
Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Tackle there by Leighton Vander Esch.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Keep it rolling, keep it rolling.
2nd down, Mariota steps away to his left. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. An 11-yard pickup for the Titans and a first down.
Well, that was man coverage. So once he decides to run with the football, there's no one to account for him, and he turns it into a nice gain.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
One.
Mariota now to throw on 1st down. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. That's caught at the 25. They give him a gain of 38.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
A first down carry for Henry. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Now a 2nd down throw for Mariota.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beat. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. The Titans efficient passing on this drive. There's another first down. A first red zone opportunity for the Titans. They're looking at a 1st and goal from about the 9. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. Dumps it off to Lewis. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
I like it. I like it. I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so, and gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. They get it to him running left. And he will take this one in for a Titans touchdown. Derrick Henry taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Titans take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Extra point put through by Succop. And that makes the score 7-0. Now here's Succop out to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23.
Gun.
Here's Prescott. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Cowboys. A big play there. 77 yards. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. Out come the Titans now. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really looked clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Mariota on 2nd and 10. Dancing to his left. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield, but that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Mariota. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. So possession 1 ended in 6. Possession 2 likely going to end in a punt.
Yeah, that's okay. They've just got to get back to what they worked on in the opening drive and continue to make a few adjustments along the way. It won't be exact because the defense will make a few adjustments themselves. Just get back to your game plan.
Well, Charles, as the Cowboys take over here, what do you think of the season that Dallas had? Yes, they get in the playoffs, but that's now 6 straight divisional round games that they've lost.
And that doesn't make you feel great as an organization. But think about this season. They started 3-5, ended up winning their division. Questions about their head coach Jason Garrett's future. They finished 7-1 to claim that 3rd NFC East title in 5 years. And then they added a playoff win over Seattle as well. So I think the future looks good for Dallas. I also like what they're building in terms of Dak Prescott, Ezekiel Elliott on offense. But how about on defense? They got 2 of the better young linebackers in the league, and Jalen Smith and Leighton Vander Esch. Build around them and watch for the Cowboys to be in the mix in years to come.
Prescott now. Now he'll turn and throw deep back to the other. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Now Elliott. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. Elliott, the leading rusher for the 2nd time in his 3 NFL seasons, 1,434 yards, more than 100 better than 2nd place Saquon Barkley.
And the offense runs through Ezekiel Elliott in Dallas. He makes them go. And how about how he added to his pass catching this year? His numbers jumped up in a big way. So when Dak Prescott didn't have something downfield, he just dumped it out into the flat to number 21.
He'll get it up the middle, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Jameis Olawale taking it in, and the Cowboys are in for 6. And that's why you have the fullback, Charles. Couldn't get it into play before with the smaller guy. Turned to a little more power. They score it.
And that has to warm the hearts of a lot of old-school football fans. They love when they get to see a little bit of power football.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Mariota on first down. Oh, going deep here for Taylor. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
One.
First down, Mariota. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25, and they will take over at the 29-yard line. And by the way, need to pass along a reminder that our ladder for the Madden Challenge Tournament is still open in MUT Drafts until February 11th, and the prize pool for the Madden Challenge, folks, $190,000.
And who wouldn't want to participate in something where you could get a piece of $190,000?
That's what I'm wondering.
Get in, get it done. Let's have some fun.
Gun.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. Looking deep for Elliott. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
To throw is Prescott. Being chased out left. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Derek Morgan in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
46. 47. Woo. Check. Watch before. 46.
3rd and long for Prescott. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
Keep it rolling.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
I say the staff that's up in the booth watching the game, they may want to file that one away. See how fast the free safety closed to make that play? I want you to throw the next time.
And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And he finds his target. It's Sharp. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
48.
Mariota to throw it. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. Malik Collins in there to take him down and to take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back to Tennessee after this. So first down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's second and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it third and goal.
Let's go, let's go.
Working out of the gun, Mariota flushed out right. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Dion Lewis from 4 yards out. And the Titans are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point up and good by Suckup. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
46.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it third down.
Here we go, 46. Move. Here we go, 46. 26.
Prescott to throw it. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Dak and the offense still out there. They are going to go for it. On fourth, they do snap it to Prescott. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Titans, they've got the football back, and they've got it in great field position. On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. Over the middle, Sharp's got it complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran it. The ball comes out, and the Cowboys have recovered. Just 25 seconds to go in the half now as they've got it 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Elliott. And he's going to be taken down right at about the 15-yard line. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. As the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
Got it.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. A dump off to Elliott. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that's going to bring up a third down.
Here we go, 47. Here we go, 48. 26.
On third down, it's Prescott. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Kenny Vaccaro. Cooper was the intended target. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the right hash, it's a 38-yard attempt. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up. And we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Switch and 8. Woo. Gun. Switch and 8. 26.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. On the left side, he finds Beasley. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And give him a gain of 37.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. A first down carry by Elliott. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
We got 3, fellas, we got 3.
Here we go, 47.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
46. Gun. Here we go, 48. Gun. 26.
Prescott now on 2nd down. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
Here we go, 47. 26.
Here's Elliott. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Give him a couple on the run there, and now they're in that in-between area here on 4th and goal.
Hey, switch and 8. 26.
Prescott to throw on 4th. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Michael Gallup from 4 yards out. And the Cowboys are in for 6. Big 4th down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on 4th down? And, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
Out come the Titans now. They'll have it first on offense to start the third. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Successful start to the drive, 17 yards. It moves the sticks.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Blue 18.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. That one 28 yards on the ground.
You got to feel a little bit for the defense there. They've done a terrific job all day long holding this guy in check. But that might have been the run to break things out for him, maybe turn things around. Now he's going to have some confidence, and maybe he'll get to his normal yardage.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Set. Flag 80.
Mariota hands to Henry. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
They'll try to throw now. Mariota. And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time is run out. Back now in Nashville. It's Titan football here as they trail to begin the 4th quarter. Mariota will need a big play after the sack as the Titans come up 3rd and long. From the gun, Mariota. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, they're slinging it, and then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown out of his reach and incomplete. And Suckup will put this one right through, and that'll bring him back within a point. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. I guess the good news as they start this drive is that they still do have the lead, Charles. If their defense hadn't been able to hold them to a field goal on the other side, they'd be down. But now it's about preserving that very small lead.
It is preserving and maybe stretching it out a little bit, because if you're a starter on that side of the ball, I certainly hope you didn't loosen up your shoulder pads or start to cut the tape off, because if you did it way too soon. They've got to go back out there with renewed vigor, for lack of a better term, and also a good plan. They need points, and they need them now.
It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
Check nickel.
On the carry, it's Olawale. Down the numbers. There he goes. And they're going to have this all the way down deep into Tennessee territory. A big play here for Dallas. 52 yards. A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. From the red zone now, Prescott drops it underneath to Elliott. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. 2nd down, Prescott. Flush to his right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Brian Orakpo. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long.
Here we go. 1, 8. Switch to 8.
Prescott. Forced out to his left. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Michael Gallup, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
One.
A first down throw for Mariota. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver.
Second down, Mariota. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Tyrone Crawford. There to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs are going to lead to a 3rd and long. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Hey, guys, check me out. We got 3 down, but we got to stand up over there.
Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Mariota. A bullet throw, but incomplete.